Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Sundays podcast. This is the first episode of 2025, and it's just a solo episode for today. Me and Elise were talking this morning. I'm bringing back the podcast in 2025, and it's not just going to be interviews. It's going to be very business focused. Today, we're talking about organic content just because it's like top of mind for us and it's something that we're investing heavily in right now. So I just want to talk through that. A podcast episode will now be coming out every single week. So the schedule that we're going to try to stick to is one podcast every Sunday. And most of those will be like individual episodes of just myself. And then once a month, we're going to try to do an interview. So 12 interviews a year, but every single week getting at least one podcast episode out, even if it's just me talking. So that's what this is. Today we're talking about organic, and the reason that we're talking about this is because, like I said, it's very top of mind for us right now at Sundays. We hired on a social media management company called Hang 10, and they're wonderful. They're really good at what they do. And then we also brought on Elise, our new intern, and she's helping with a lot of stuff, a lot of content. That's going to end up being like half of the role is like creating content, shooting stuff. She's here right now. The reason that we're doing that is what we'll kind of go over today in the podcast. So I'll just talk through why organic is important, what it means to like do it right, and why I think you guys should do it and invest in it. So why should I care is the first question. I think most businesses, especially older business owners, like I think of my father-in-law who owns a pest control company, and he doesn't post anything on social media, but has a like decent sized business and doesn't do anything on social. The reason that he should care is because that's where all of the eyeballs are. So when I say that, like the most valuable asset in the world is your attention. That's genuinely what the largest companies in the world, that's what they sell. Google and Meta, Facebook and Instagram, they sell attention. When they sell ad space, they're selling eyeballs. In 2024, Q1 of 2024, so 3 months, Meta did $35 billion in revenue with ad spend. So that's people buying space for other people to just see the content because the audience is so valuable. So posting organic is a way to start building that following locally. I heard this great example a while back about like if you could scratch off a new lottery ticket every single day, is that something that you would choose to do? It's like most people are like, yeah, it's free? Yeah, I'll scratch off a new lottery ticket every day. Well, what if you could scratch off as many as you wanted every single day? How many would you scratch off? They're like, gosh, I'd spend all day just scratching lottery tickets. Like one of them has to win, right? And that is a metaphor for what it means to be on social media. Like as a business owner, when you post an organic piece of content, that is your lottery ticket. There's a 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million chance that it just pops off and you get 10, 20, 30, 50 million views. And the thing about posting content is it's not just a game of luck. You can get better at it. That's why when Mr. Beast posts a video and it gets 200 million views, it's not because he's Mr. Beast. He didn't get to the position that he was at because people knew Jimmy Donaldson. They don't care about Jimmy Donaldson. They watch his videos. So the videos are good, and that's the reason it gets views. So you can literally get better at scratching off the lottery ticket. It's like I can choose what numbers are going to start being here every single time. Eventually, you start winning every time you scratch off the lottery ticket. Now, that takes more effort. That's more difficult. So you can choose to just scratch it off blindly. Just be like, we'll see what happens. I'll just throw this up here. If you're learning, like at least on Fridays, we just talked about this, is going to start coming back with an analytics report on Monday from the content that we shot the week before. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the best piece of content and we're going to do that again the next week. And then we're going to do that same process Friday, go back, look, see what performed the best, then do that. And it's not about the style of the video. It's not like, oh, well, this funny reel popped off the most, so we should just shoot a 10-part series where we do this over and over in different ways. That's one way to do it, but it's more so the format of the video. If we go back and it's like, well, these two videos did really well, and we shot those both on a camera and it was well lit. Okay, well, maybe that's a part of it. Or the audio sounded better, or we used trending sounds, or we captioned them, or you look at all the different pieces of the video and go like, what did we do? We had a really strong hook. There was some sort of visual cue or element to keep people's attention. And then we go and we look at the reports, like, did we actually keep their attention longer when we did those things? And now that you're iterating every week, you're learning every single week. So you used this visual hook at the beginning of the best performing piece. Now you do that in all of your videos, and all of your videos are tending to do better. And then you iterate on the next thing. So yeah, if you can get better, literally better at picking numbers, at picking lottery numbers, that way you're winning every single week. Why would you not start to learn how to do that? So eyeballs are on social. That's where we want to be advertising. Organic is free. So our goal is to post 1,000 pieces of organic content this year, because it does cost us time and it does cost us money to do it right, but it doesn't need to. It's not that I needed to hire the management team or that I needed to hire Elise to shoot content. That makes my job easier because I'm running the business. And that may be the position that you're in currently. Like, you may have to bring someone on because you don't have the time to do organic. But, well, I mean, it's not that I'm taking that back, but if you are running your business and you want to, bring on this new thing, you want to start organic as a way of advertising, you should understand how to do it. And you should get your feet wet a little bit. Pick up your phone, record a video, post it on social, see what happens. And then try to do that again. And then try to do that again. And it's not that it takes so much time. When you want to do it really well, you have to bring other people on. And like I said, that does cost time and money, but it doesn't need to. You can just pick up your phone and record, and it can take an hour. It can be as simple as that to get started, just to get your feet wet. So like I said, our goal is to post 1,000 pieces of content this year. Our output goal, like in posting 1,000 pieces of content input, we would like to end the year at 10,000 followers on social. We grew from 800 to 3,600 last year. I think that we can do that again. I think that we can go from 3,600 to 10K if we're posting consistently and we post 1,000 pieces of content. Now I want to talk about what it does for your business other than big views, big videos that pop off 10 million, 20 million, 50 million views, because that doesn't happen to everyone, but everyone gets value from, every business owner gets value from posting organic content. Here is the reason. When you post a piece of organic content and someone follows you, that's a completely cold lead. Like, they don't know anything about your business. That person is completely cold. They have no information about you. They just saw one video. And now that they're on your social media, you get to nurture them. Like, this is just like any other advertising funnel social media is. As soon as you bring them in, this audience goes out to random, non-followers. They click follow. You are now nurturing this person because they obviously engaged with something that you post. They're interested in some way or another. Like, they might just think you look good and they just want to be on your social. And now you get to educate them about what you do and why it's valuable. Like, it could be that simple, but now that they're on your social media, we're using it as a way to nurture that person to becoming a customer in the future. So we want to educate them. We want to build trust. There's only a few different types of content that you can create. You can create educational content, you can create entertaining content, or you can create, how did I say this word before? Edutainment, like educational, entertaining content. Those are the three different pieces of content that you can create, it's going to fall into one of those buckets. And all of them do something to nurture your leads. Like, people do business with people. They don't do business with ideas or locations. They want to know about you. So it's okay to do stuff that's entertaining. Me and Elise made this video the other day where it was like a spin-off, like a meme basically of what music are you listening to? Like, people will post TikToks and they'll walk up to random people who have their AirPods in, and they'll say like, what kind of music are you listening to, or what song are you listening to? And I just I was like trolling, but I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that is my business. And I walked away. Well, I went to my community group Bible study yesterday, and friends of mine were like, oh my gosh, I saw that video. I was dying. I was dying laughing, whatever. They're like, you need to post more stuff like this. I'm so excited. All that means now is that, one, they're like, they got something cool out of watching my video. They were entertained, but they want to come back and see other stuff. So the next time that my profile pops up on their page, they're gonna sit there and watch that video. They're gonna be like, is this, like, I wonder what's gonna happen in this video. The more that they engage with me, the more that they like me, the more that they like my personality, the more likely they are to do business with me. I'm thinking about salons and beauty businesses because, like, that's top of mind for us right now. That's who we're serving. Elise and I are doing a ton of, like, we're following a ton of people on social. We're looking at their Instagram profiles. We're looking at websites. And I'm noticing this trend amongst hairstylists, that it's a trend that I see with photographers as well. Like, photographers use Instagram as a portfolio, a place to put images. But people didn't follow your business just because they like your images. People didn't follow your business just because they like the way that you cut hair. They like you. They followed you because you're you. Like, that's how they were introduced to you, not just your photos. And the only way that they're going to book with a photographer who they're going to spend literally hours of time with, or a hairstylist who's going to sit there and cut or color or put extensions in, and it's going to take hours, they're going to sit in their chair if they like you. So entertainment content is valuable because people are going to sit there and they're going to go, this person is hilarious, or this person has an outlook on this that I agree with, or I would love to talk to them about this thing that they said because I found that super interesting. Content doesn't need to be this thing that you sit down and get nervous about. Post about you. And that leads me into my very last point: photo or video. Some people are just not good in front of the camera. They can't talk. They get camera shy. The best way to get started is by putting out photo content. But do photo content of yourself and write it in the captions. Like, your entire brand can change, and you can be different on social by, you post a photo of yourself. Let's say we shoot a campaign with you for photo content for the next month or 2 months or 3 months. You have photos of yourself to be able to post. And then in the captions is where you give value to people. It can be about what you do. It can be about you. It can be something funny. It can be a story. And you don't have to be on video. No, there's no rules to the game. But posting photos of yourself get way more engagement than anything else. Like, that's proven. I dare you right now to just go post a photo of yourself. If you've been posting pictures of hair or pictures of, or the photos that you take as a photographer or the videos that you take as a photographer, get on social media, take a selfie and post it to your feed, and it's going to get way more likes and comments, and people are going to engage with you because they like you. So if you don't like being on video, post photo content and give all the value in the caption. Video is obviously going to do better, so it's something that you should get better at. If you're not good in front of the camera, that is a skill deficiency. That's a belief of yours that you can literally get better at. Well, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. Okay, get in front of the camera more. Like, that's just it. You can use that to just hold you back from being great if that's what you want to do. Like, I don't like the way I look in front of the camera. I'm not a good speaker. I'm not. You can say all those things. Those are beliefs that can be changed. You have a skill deficiency. So change those things. If you really want your business to win, then you have to learn how to adapt. You have to learn how to get better at these things. And that's okay. And that takes time. It's not easy to get better in front of the camera and more comfortable and a better speaker. But if you're committed to winning in business, you will do that because it's what's necessary. You can't just say, well, this is what I bring to the table. 10 years ago, you didn't bring that stuff to the table and you learned. Like, you are different than you were 10 years ago. So you don't just get to say, I did my best. Do what is necessary. Get in front of the camera and learn and get better. That's my rant to you guys. Organic content is something that you need to be doing. It's going to help in a ton of areas of your business. I didn't even talk about how this helps with paid traffic, because they're going to click through to your page. Yeah, I mean, there's so much more to be said about this. We'll do another episode, but that's it for today's episode. Hopefully you got something out of it. We'll see how these solo episodes go and how they do. Thanks so much for listening, guys. That was the Sundays podcast.